episode of Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
Yeah, I'm just T.
Antoine, aka
And
Anthony, aka that coffee addict, aka
wow. So many AKAs today.
Goofy.
Are we in the presence of the Anthony Prime?
Yeah,
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. What a delightful.
I'm not a
I
clone.
mean,
Congratulations.
we are here, weirdly enough, doing our second episode of January. It's only 2 weeks in. We are going weekly, folks. And that means a lot of movies and a lot of pieces of media to watch. But I'm excited. And this, of course, is a Justy pick. Justy, of course, got the most points last year, and we all thought they should get a reward, so they got to choose a movie.
No,
And
no,
they
no,
didn't
no.
just take one movie.
You thought they should get an award.
I don't
No,
care.
I'm just kidding. Yes, we all thought we should.
Point for me for having to listen to that just now.
I'll take it. Should we take that point from Anthony and give it to you?
No, that's not how this works.
We can't take away points. I would if I could, but I could never take No.
Justin, you didn't just pick one movie. You picked 3 movies.
But they were all together. They were shorter than maybe our last 12 movies. So
and the next one we're watching
not all together, but
No. I think Love and Communication was about as long. Love and Communication was only like 75 minutes.
Yeah.
But the next one we watch after this, the No Country for High Men or No Country, whatever
for Old Men.
Old Men. That's gonna be like 2.5 hours. So that's gonna be long. Almost 3.
No, we usually have the longer films.
But it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Today
we have a set of 3 films here that I think do go really well together, so I did not mind watching them all in a row. Man, what a ride.
Welcome to
Justin,
Worlds of
take us
Tomorrow,
through what is World of
a
Tomorrow
trilogy
parts
that's
1 through
lived
3.
in my brain for a remarkably long time. What a happy day it is. How does one explain World of Tomorrow? Well, you see, it is firstly, you start with Don Hertzfeldt, this incredibly talented person in the independent animation film world, which is very different than I feel like nowadays when you say indie animation, a lot of people's minds go to the YouTubers, the people crafting shows online. This is someone who's more in the film festival scene, crafting these fantastic, very thoughtful but very bizarre pieces of art with this simple style, but finding ways to bring a lot of complex and magical turns to it. Explain World of Tomorrow specifically is this fascinating sci-fi piece, lots of time travel in a crazy future, a world about a world that is now sustained by clones, bringing along memories for both archival purposes and a society very focused in on the most important thing in the world are memories and looking at the past and retaining that and fixating on it, and cloning being the way of the future and the minds of clones deteriorating and fixating on the past. It's exemplified in the first movie with the first and second films are heavily feature future versions of our main sort of main character Emily, or at least the line of Emily's. You have Emily Prime, the original, as a young child being visited in the first and second movies by an older version of herself, older cloned version of herself. The first clone is the third generation clone. In the second movie, you get visited by an offshoot of third generation, I believe it is. And then we could talk about the third one that takes a different turn after that. But a wonderful piece on meditating on fixation on the past and living in the present, and then what a future of these mind degenerating clones look like it, but that they're still longing for purpose and longing for love in a world that is so distant from being able to give people that. Uh I've been watching these for a long time. I'm fascinated by them. I
I
the
didn't know this until halfway through the second one. The first two were basically just created through him recording his daughter, just like saying
niece,
random
but yes.
things. What? Sorry?
A niece, but yes.
Niece, sorry. Recording just like the niece for like a day, and then just like creating dialogue around it. Like, what? I love it. I love it so much. Um, I
Yeah, just
truly
hours and hours and hours of a niece with this adorable voice just rambling about nonsense for hours and hours and hours, and starting to be able to combine those clips and forming a narrative around it. It's a really fascinating process.
Well, cause I was the whole time I was thinking, "Well, this is such a, like this is, like, I don't understand what's going on." And then I look in the description halfway through this, and then the comment is like, "Man, it's harder to make 5-year-olds make sense than 4-year-olds." And I was like, "Oh, I like, it," but it, like,
Yeah,
also melts your heart, and it's like the dystopianness meets the innocence, and it's that, like, kind of vibe,
yeah.
and you gotta love that innocence in there. It's so cute. It's so
You
fun.
have existentialism right next to you know, oh, but you can't
Flowers.
draw a snake person, because if you draw the snake person, one day there'll be no snake person. I don't know what the exact line is, but like, just oh no,
Flower.
no, I think her first ever response to um, third generation clone Emily was, "I had lunch today." Like, doesn't know what's going on, and that's okay. But like, it also leads to really sincere moments where, like, in the first towards the end of the first one of the best. There's so many amazing sequences, but a favorite sequence of mine. You have the reason that Emily came in the first movie,
I love
um,
flowers
to
too. I
retrieve
love
a
flowers
memory.
too.
It just holds up the memory receiving device to young Emily, and she's just going, "Oh, this is me and mom. This is me walking with mom." And you see it in like Emily 3's face, just the just the like how deeply important these simple moments are to be able to experience these memories. It's just so, oh, these movies are crazy. What,
It's,
what, what-
I I'm Anthony, I'm gonna let you talk in a moment. I have so much to like express because it's such a I don't know. I had so many of the feels for the watching this movie. It just felt so much like, man, I love every moment, and you're just enjoying it. And the third one's a very big tonal shift, right? You go from the
Yo, the
innocence
third
to
one messed me
like
up. The third
the
one
the
messed
third
me
one just being like, "Oh, don't mind all these people. They're just your clothes. We're gonna blur them out for you." And then
because
the fact that he deleted his whole
I
identity
guess we'll
to
talk about
hear
that
this
another time.
message too. Oh,
Say again?
never mind. I can't say it. It's a spoiler, so I'll wait.
Yeah, we'll jump back to
Anthony, what are your thoughts?
this spoiler
Overall
stuff.
thoughts?
But
I had to watch it twice. Number one, the first time I watched it, I wasn't fully attentive to it, so I was doing other things. And then I realized that this is not something I need to be not attentive to. So I rewatched it, and I was
yeah,
like,
it's a justy
"Yes,
pick. That means that you're probably gonna want to focus.
yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I kind of get it now," but I was also like, "Huh?" But I was like, ah, okay."
Is that
Huh?
the review or like?
No, no, no,
So give us the overall thoughts, the big picture.
I was very confused, but I really enjoyed the humor in it because it's very much dark humor, which is not everyone's cup of tea. but they do it very well of like enjoying the simple things in life because that's all the clones want is the simple memories. Like they don't care about the schools, or they just care about the simple memories, which was cute.
Well, what is it? What's the? Maybe we should go into spoilers for this. Does it make sense
And
for me
then
to
now
put
that we've
spoilers on?
said, I love these movies. Now that we throw on spoilers.
The idea of like, don't worry about like the minutia and the complexities because they all go away. It's just like the overall like joy and like life and experiencing it as it is what's important. And I'm just like, that's nice. And then you just hear like the robots that are like continuously running on the moon because or else they die and they were programmed to be afraid of the dark. And then the nihilistic poem that just
Yes,
comes of it of just like
dark is
what
dark.
what
It's it's there's a deadpan delivery to so many like great bits. One of the earliest ones you have oh yes, some of the earlier technology before we, got cloning and the cheaper way of going about things. We uploaded Grandpa's consciousness into a box, and here's some poems that he or messages that he wrote in the first hour, which was like a couple of years for him or something like that. Like there's this huge gap of time difference, and also it reads, "Oh God, God." Oh God, God, oh my God,
oh god
oh my God, and that is it. It is just pain and suffering, but just read in just so wonderfully nonchalant. It's
the first one is available on YouTube for free, by the way. The other two are on
yeah.
Vimeo only, and you have to
The first
pay
one's
per
also the
level.
shortest though.
I think you can also get a Blu-ray with all of them, but I'll double
Yes,
check with that.
my favorite is the first one. I think the first one grabs you the best. um I think it's the most unhinged, but it's also the most entertaining, and the one that grabs me. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what if your guys' thoughts are about like
No,
thinking about like which
I
one you like
I
the
I think
most.
I jump back to the first one the most frequently. That I think it's so pristine. Every single scene hits so incredibly hard, but also you're learning. That's the one where I feel like you're really learning the most about this world in a large scale of like how's it function. It's all very very interesting. I think that the second and third one they're really really great as well. They're a little more it's a much more specific story with those two.
Sure.
uh the second one you're diving a lot more into this specific Emily's life and perspective of needing to grapple with the thoughts of so many Emily's versus what is her own. um which is a really cool concept, and I love how that concludes. The third one is a sharp turn into we have a murder mystery, and we're focusing now more on obviously the voice of Emily is still very present, at least adults clone Emily.
Third one was
But
nice.
this is a David piece, which is interesting. Who
But it's
had
wild. It's wild with like the way that Emily describes David in the second film and how it lines up super well. Like it must have thought about the third piece when writing the second one because I feel like it makes sense.
I think there's a lot more David in the first one, right? Because
Is it the
David's when
first
you
one? I
introduce
forget.
The
first
first
one's when you introduce the pod as the art piece, and
yeah,
it talks about the
Oh,
marriage,
then it's the
or
first one.
yeah, and the first one includes him dying very suddenly. And that's not really really explained in the first one, so it is possible that the thought there was, well, I mean, that's something we could get back to later. I'm not sure, but maybe.
Kind of wild though. The whole David kind of wild. The fact that he basically gets killed by his clone, which then creates a paradox too, right? Like
Yes,
if he
and they're
doesn't,
talking about
if
the
he
concept of
didn't.
do we don't even know if we can make a paradox or how. if time can be changed, but we very much saw that the timeline could get. We don't really see the reparations on the timeline necessarily.
No, because it
To my
ends
recollection.
with the murder, right? It ends with the death of David.
Well, yes, but we don't know what that does in a long term sense.
Maybe that's what the next
Uh,
film is supposed to be about that he hasn't released.
Is it? I actually hadn't read that. Oh, that's exciting.
Me, I don't know.
Oh, you
I have
said
no, I have
maybe.
no
I thought you
clue.
said it is, and I'm like, oh,
Maybe.
I
No,
didn't.
no, no.
Yeah.
No, no. I know nothing.
Um,
But I think that'd be an interesting
I
exploration of thoughts for sure.
imagine going on that whole journey of deleting parts of yourself so you could find this information from a successor's future love. Like he has this implanted Emily vision. He wants to learn more, wants to learn more, crawls his way there, uh loses his ability to speak, and he's all crawling and screaming in pain. And once he gets there, the little robot thing doesn't even work anymore.
It's so funny. But it's not that they hate themselves so much. Lillian writes, when you hate yourself so much, you get killed by your own clone. It's not that they hate themselves so much, is that they all want to be with Emily.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wanna
who
be
like
Emily.
who wouldn't? Like,
Who
I wanna be the
would, right?
prime
Like
relationship.
they all want to be with Emily, and so because of that, they all kill each other to be the one that
yeah.
can be with Emily, and then they all die.
Well, yeah, it's fascinating because Emily has implanted this vision into uh, Prime David's mind, and like, of course, now as a result, all subsequent Davids, Emily's like a part of them in like a really deep way. And maybe they would have been fixated on it to some degree anyway. Maybe there is that magnetic magical attachment inherently, but on top of that, she lives in their brain, and they have these visions and these memories that they gotta seek out, and all these uh, clones of David and offshoots of clones of David, like just need to get here to this exact moment in time and are obsessed with them. Oh, it's so twisted. I love it.
The clones can't just date each other. That's wild. The clones can't just date
Is that
each
what we're
other.
saying in chat here?
The next comment is, can't the men just date each other? Clones dating each other is
They
a
don't
little bit
they don't
weird.
have
A
their
little
full
bit too
memory.
weird even for me.
They're not the full thing.
Even for me, that's a
That
little weird.
Your
that's where it
backup.
crosses the line for Cam.
Yeah.
With this weird piece of oh gosh. But there's
Well,
so
I mean,
much
they
to talk about
can,
this.
but morality if they should. Like, okay.
Yeah, you want to rewind to the first one and go slightly more chronologically for the time being, now that we kind of have
Sure.
a bit of an overview
For
on
sure.
each, because first one establishes a ton. We talked about the like little memory cubes that they could upload things into, the cloning process in a broad sense. We bring little Emily into the neural network, and just green and blue and brown and little flashing lights. It's like we draw a snake person. That's one of the most important things to me. And Emily goes, wiggle, 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 and then I say that just every now and then in conversation. um, I love the first one and how we get like an overview of like how the time travel system works. People get launched into space. The people, there's about to be a big disaster on Earth. Everyone, did you know that?
I think what the first one does the best is create the
Mhm.
dichotomy of these two, like the innocence versus like the nihilism of like futurism. I think that's what it does the best. And as a result of that, it just is able to capture like every Emily Prime's like childness so well. And I think that's why it's the one that I like the most. It's just because it just like takes everything that I feel like
Yeah.
this series wanted to be, at least for the first two films, and it's just like it's the purest form. Like, I'm so happy there are three parts of this film, the three parts of the series so far. I could have just taken the first film and been happy with it and not had to see anything else.
Well, the first one's only 16 minutes long.
I was actually very surprised when we were prepping for this, and I was trying to figure out how many of these we could watch in one go. in my head, World of Tomorrow 1 is way longer. There's so much of it that sticks in my brain that I guess in my I was thinking that like it was twice as long because I think this accomplishes so much in a short amount of time that it's kind of bewildering. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Emily falling in love with a rock and then falling in love with what was the fuel station pump.
Yeah,
Um,
and then falling in love with what was
with a
that?
little monster creature. Like, yeah, it you introduce the little monster creature, and then she's like, and yeah, it's annoying and it makes sounds and it goes, "Rah, rah," just screams, and then there's this kind of close up, and she goes, "We fell in
I love
love," and then you have bombastic dun 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 dun, like just. I love the use of music in all these films. Just the grandeur to clash against the silliness, but also it's these are big feelings for the characters, so it's big music to go
But you
along with it.
know, but that's so childlike too. It's like
Yeah.
falling in love with everything. Like it's like, oh, I
But
love
then
it.
you have the hard hitting moment of, I no longer fall in love with rocks. Like she does become a little more emotionally complex as time goes on, as anyone does. But
I mean, I
she has a
feel like
weird
though
journey to get there.
this it's like what if a baby could talk? Like what if the verbal components of a human were there from the beginning, but the mental abilities were still a development phase similar to like a child? And that's what this Emily clone is. That's what all Emily clones are. It's like, you know what I mean? And it's this very
Yeah.
interesting thought experiment of like, what if it were just like like, because I feel like that's how children act, right? That's how younger kids act, right? Like how these 4 and 5-year-olds act. But if like, how do you express that in an adult speak? And I think
Well,
it
this
sounds
is,
ridiculous to us because like that's just how it is. It is ridiculous on an adult level. On a kid level, it
mm,
just makes total sense.
I mean, even the Emily's in this movie, particularly the first one, is very, and the second one, they're very clear about like, I don't know how to emotionally convey the feelings I'm feeling right now. Please do not make things any more complicated. I hate this, please. Like, um, but or you have like a little moment where like I don't know how to convey these feelings, but sometimes I sit in a dark room and just feel sad. And it's like, oh, she does have these human feeling experiences, but like younger Emily doesn't know how to convey these feelings either, obviously, but she's not burdened by existence yet. Just gets to just see the falling bodies of people as they burn up in the atmosphere as they were trying to escape Earth before the big explosion, and she just goes, "Whoa, pretty." And then older Emily has to explain dead bodies. And she goes, "Ah."
And
Pretty.
but it goes, yes, pretty dead bodies, and we go, yep, that's yep, okay.
Oh gosh, I
I
love
love, I
them.
love, I love it
I was
all.
scared at the end. They said they're too far back in the past, and then it is corrected. I a little jump scare for a moment there.
But like, young Emily has no idea, right? It's like she's just like,
And
huh,
she's
this
like,
is
"Yeah, this
weird,
that's odd." Anyway,
and then
she
goes to
lives on
normal.
with
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. Time to do normal things, and then goes
I,
off.
I I guess also the implication could kind of be future Emilys would have the memory of Emily being sent to the wrong time, so they know to then correct it.
Yeah, it's true.
Or
It's
people
funny.
just get sent better that than being sent to like the middle of the earth and being crushed into the ground,
Nah.
as many have suffered. Oi, 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 oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Or
That exhibit is wild too. The art
the
exhibit,
David exhibit.
the David exhibit, kind of
They just watch them
wild,
grow old. Yeah.
with no emotion, no nothing. I, it's
I
terrifying.
can see that being a legit thing. Like, watch a person
Oh
grow
yeah.
old in real time, doesn't have a brain, so you don't have to feel bad for it, and becomes like a hallmark of the town. Like people really, really cared when he passed on. Wild.
But it's kind of wild, right? That kind of thing. Like it's a weird zoo-ish kind of thing because it's like
Yeah. School
yeah,
field trips, go to see it and everything, yeah. Oy.
so wild.
And then you find the person who that was a clone of and fall in love with that guy. Oh, it's like meeting the offshoot of a celebrity, like, but I don't know. A fascinating little thing there.
Never stop talking about men kissing. Always iconic moments, but no, there are no men kissing.
I think
in
you
this
also,
movie.
Cameron, just need to specify when you're reading something from the chat as opposed to expressing your own thought. Or
Y'all
that could be your own
should just
thoughts.
have the chat
But
up.
I'm
That is
aware
very
that
You're in
you're
the group
saying that
chat.
from the chat
Y'all
right
should just
now.
have the chat up.
Yeah, but for the
I'm
audience who
not the
listens,
viewer,
here's not
Cameron.
live.
The viewer might want more context.
Oh, but the viewer gets the chat on the screen.
They might not be. Fair
They
enough.
do?
That's true.
But the people
Anyway,
listening,
no,
Cameron,
Lillian
the
said
listeners.
no men kissing, no nothing. I'm like, no, there is no men kissing. But
Okay, I stopped talking about men kissing now. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I guess
Anthony doesn't wanna hear about
Justin's the homophobic one in this group.
that. You got me.
That's saying
Anyway, I love the little museums and memories. This is
The
me.
Museum
Mom,
Memories is fun, and then this is my favorite memory. It's about what was it? It's someone walking in the grass, something like that,
Oh yeah, with the
or someone
plant
walking down the
waving, and
stairs.
it's so simple. I think we kind of moved to the second one because I would just the fixation of watching memories, but is brought to a really fun comedic heights in the second one when you have the clones of Emily and the offshoots of clones of Emily rather, um, like going through time to watch events play out, but also interfering with those moments and shouting as someone's
Oh, it's
like
so funny.
on a
It's
date
so
or
funny.
chilling under the tree.
Don't mind us. We're just memory travelers.
Time tourist. Yeah, what was the terminology?
I don't remember.
Either way.
It's so good. It's iconic.
Do you like uh Emily 5/6 and Felicia?
I don't remember half of this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't remember half of this.
Well,
And
you
I
could
watched
watch it
it
next time. I mean,
like
you
2 or
was
3
this
times
like when did you watch it, Anthony? Let's hear.
last night.
I
Last
watched it
time was
this
a long time
morning.
ago. I get it.
I don't remember half of this. The third one, honestly, is the one that stuck out for me the most. That's the one I kind of
Interesting. I mean, yeah, I think the third one's the most
Mhm.
dystopian out of all the three to me.
I think
Like,
it just
yes, the
storyline, it
first
made
two have
sense.
dystopian.
I was just confused for the first and second one. It was just constant back and forth and constant, like, yeah, no.
I'm drawing flowers.
It was just, yeah.
And we're with the
I
triangle people, and oh, it's the square
oh,
people.
Triangle Land. Of course, I love Triangle Land. um, if it feels like something you would see in like an Inside Out, except this movie isn't like, oh, look how funny it is. I mean, like it's a very different look at like the psyche,
Yeah.
and just this one gets to be a lot more abstract and silly with it, and I it feels very authentic to the young minds. Uh, it's just stream of consciousness, so much of it, and but brought to life in a fun way. Second one has so many great bits. You have Emily playing the piano after saying that she
Can
knows
play
factually
piano.
that she is a world class pianist. And
Such good
does
piano.
horribly, and
Such
it's
good
like,
piano.
shoot, I think I just inherited the memory of being a really good piano player without actually being one. And then, at
And
least
then Emily
still a
Prime
world
goes
class
and then just plays the piano
violinist.
the exact same way.
We get to lick some memories, and we get to jump into the logic center. We get the foreshadowing of you need to not think of a, what was it, a baby T-Rex later.
Oh
And then she thinks
yeah.
of it in the logic center like 10 minutes later. And then everything short circuits. There's it's hard to talk about, especially the first two, without just kind of jumping around like remember this bit, remember this bit. But there's still the emotional core. The second one that then oh, what we got, Cameron? I'm
No,
just yapping.
it's Anthony's computer falling for a moment.
Oh, sorry, I was skimming through the movie.
I know you were, and you're doing a great job, but all of a sudden you just got like distracted with Anthony, and all of a sudden you just see the camera, and then all of a sudden, poof.
Explosions.
Let's talk about the third one, since that's the one that Anthony actually remembers.
Okay, we'll skip the wonderful little Emily does
You guys continue talking about the
does
second
the
one. It's
Nutcracker
fine.
ballet
I remember
scene.
I
That is a
remember
very
there's
beautiful
Emily's in the
scene.
second one, and there's clones, and that's all I
Oh,
remember in the
they
second
are clones.
There are clones. That is
Anthony,
correct.
are you a World of Tomorrow experts? Oh my gosh.
one.
Anthony, we do yes and here.
yes, and excuse me.
Oh.
I don't even think Anthony
Oi,
understands,
oi, oi,
but it's
oi.
okay. World of Tomorrow 3. What a time. How sad. Deinstalling
definitely
walking.
reaches
What a time.
it definitely reaches the
Installing
heights
everything,
of
Cameron. His
say
whole
again?
life other than breathing. Like, think about that. Your whole life, you've established a skill set. And then for
Yeah.
this one memory, you relate your whole identity to be annoyed through the whole process.
He has to live with ads in his brain for the rest of time. Because
Is it the rest of the time? I thought it was only until he.
we see him age years later, still tapping out of ads.
That Emily really did something.
It's the dark humor, as the kids say.
Lillian asks what is even happening right now, and truly that is the theme of
You gotta
World of
watch these
Tomorrow
movies.
sometimes.
World of Tomorrow.
This movie is truly just like what is happening right now.
If it makes it more enticing, short films. Does that help? There you go.
It's like what? It's 70, 60 minutes of film total, if that much.
Yeah, about that, an hour and 15.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 75 minutes.
And
Like, it's
hopefully
not
there'll
that
be
long.
more.
Hopefully there'll be more.
I'm all fingers crossed for all 9 movies that Don Hertzfeld was thinking it could be. But one day we'll get there.
One day.
Gosh, so
yeah, what a time. Also those what was it? I'm sorry, if you have time, Lillian says I think you think I have time for that. If you have time to go to the movies to see Five Nights at Freddy's, you can watch 75 minutes of Don Hertzfeld. That is my opinion. And that is shade. First one is free on YouTube.
Talked about Knives Out 3 and this in one sitting for far longer than for like an hour longer than
yeah, you could have seen World of Tomorrow now at this point.
So there you go. I would watch the first one on YouTube and see if you connect with it. I highly recommend it. I around the time it came out, I watched it because with a few friends I watched like all the movies that were eligible for best
Oscars.
animated short film at the Oscars. Yeah. And I became obsessed with Worlds of Tomorrow. I think around that time it was still on Netflix where it used to be. And I was showing absolutely everyone the film. And I was very upset come Oscars where I was flying so high on this film. And I think it was Bear's Story that won that year for animated short. And no offense to Bear Story, but it might have been the one I was least excited about
Who's your
out of
least
the bunch.
favorite one of the bunch?
Yeah, out of like 5. And Worlds of Tomorrow was way at the top. I'm like, give Worlds of Tomorrow awards, please, please. I love it. I love it. I love it.
LOL.
So the best I could do now is force the podcast group to watch the movies. So
Force us.
these
I
delightful, bizarre pieces of art. Uh Remember when Emily drew a little bunny for him and then he became obsessed with bunnies?
true.
That just became
Um,
again an engraved part of his memory. I'm just skimming
remember the
through right now.
moment
Like,
when she warned him not to not to get the saliva of the worms on him, and then he runs through and gets saliva on all the worms, and then starts screaming uncontrollably.
that is the most uncomfortable part of the
It's
trilogy.
so funny. I laughed so hard. I
And it's
laughed
funny.
so
And it's
hard.
funny.
It is so
Oy, oy,
funny.
oy.
Anthony has no idea what we're talking about.
That's no. Anthony knows it's the third one, so that's the one he remembers.
Repeat it again.
Go on, Cameron. We're talking about
Uh,
the bit where he gets the worm saliva on him, which causes him to lose his tongue and have to scream uncontrollably.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's when
that
things
was so
get
funny.
as like extra horrific on his trek in the first half of the film.
It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild.
I love the concept of the in between time people who carry out tasks in the spaces in between the frames of
The FBI.
reality, and I love. Say again, Anthony.
The FBI.
Yeah.
Essentially, the time police people.
Yeah. It helps that there's also an animated piece, so being able to talk about like the frames and like in between frames that they operate in is a fun element of it. I I love being able to just watch them pause a moment and then they could just kind of maneuver in and out. And I just the interesting concept of, can someone jump into the same frame as someone else when that moment is frozen, and how that functions is very interesting. We have a David who just does research for years and years and years and years and years with the sole purpose of undoing this moment that breaks his future chain, which is so weird and interesting. I love we have the diagram of like, okay, this offshoot David kills this David, which means that this David can't happen. But you there's a specific order to events as to not create a paradox. But then they create a paradox anyway, so it's like,
And then it all burns down anyway. So
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily. You somehow
Emily's
made it
caused
worse.
endless suffering, but it seems come the end, Emily gets what she wants because she gets to see a David at the end, and that's all she cares about, and it works.
The Prime David too.
Well, not,
as far as that Emily's concerned, I believe as far as Emily's concerned, that Emily, nothing changes in that moment.
What do you mean nothing changes?
Because in that moment, doesn't David die? Regardless? I think in the first film, David dies in that moment.
But this is a different David.
I understand, but to Emily, it doesn't matter. Emily doesn't notice anything.
Oh, to that Emily. But this is a different Emily.
I understand.
There's a different Emily and a different David that now get to be together, which is very interesting.
What happened to the other Davids is that in a shootout, which is the only way I can describe this, is they all shoot each other with the last 20 seconds of this movie.
There's a fascinating.
I fell asleep during that story.
So to be clear about the events here, there's a moment in time in which Emily and David are hanging out, and David, in a frozen moment in time, is assassinated and shot. But Emily doesn't see the assassination because it's happening in between spaces of time. David falls out of nowhere. It just seems like he just collapses and he's gone. But then in this movie, 2 movies later, we see a clone of David shooting the person who was supposed to assassinate David. And then there's an assassin to the assassin to the assassin to the assassin, and a whole bunch of Davids all come into the space at once, trying to be the final David. How do you even explain that? I thought I could do it. It's hard to.
I think you just confused Anthony somehow more than he already was.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
Basically,
did I hurt
Anthony,
your brain?
the Davids
your
are
brain,
killing, are
Anthony?
basically shooting all the clones are shooting each other.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's like a big shootout of clones. It's a clone shootout.
A clone shootout in between the spaces of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like you see in any movie.
I can't.
I'm glad that
that's
there was old Prime David who got the little robot repaired. I was very happy for him that in his final days he got a little something more information, and then he got clones. And we got the God Baby simulator. Or the God Baby simulator, where we actually get to get back to the roots of hearing little kids shout about nonsense.
That's kind of wild, no? It's kind of wild. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Tomorrow.
What a film. You know what, guys? You know what time it is? Moment. I just all right, we're gonna have to, Anthony, you're gonna have to cut that later. Accidentally muted. I accidentally got rid of the layer in OBS with all of us in it, so it looked like we just all went away for a second. I was trying to get rid of
2 seconds.
this.
Will
You know what
Anthony
time it is?
remember to take it out? We're gonna find out.
You know what
What is it,
time it is, guys? It's time to rate that movie.
There we go.
Actually, it's more like rate those movies because it's 3 movies. Three.
you give it
How
a
do we want to do this?
3?
We want to rate them all. I would rate them individually.
They're all getting 100 from me, so do whatever you want.
I will give the first one a 10 out of 10 and the other 2 a 9 out of 10. I just think the first one's so much better, or a good amount better than the other 2. Like the first one's transcendental.
The first one I want engraved into my skin, but I do adore the second and third as well.
Yeah, but I don't dislike the other 2. I just think the first one's just like the best out of all of them. Then I guess if I would have to rank them, I would say the third one I like more than the second one, but it's like super
I agree.
close.
I agree.
But I would rank them both 9 out of 10s. Justin would give them all 10 out of 10s.
I said 100 out of 10, Cameron.
All right, you would give them all 100 out of 10s.
Thank you for the clarification.
And Andy's gonna hate them.
Yeah, I'm giving like a 3 out of 10.
Anthony, if you feel strongly enough to give them a 3 out of 10, I need to hear more from you about your feelings.
Justin, the fact that I watched this show twice and I can't say a single word on this podcast is more than enough for me to say.
I just thought I was yapping too much.
No.
I have so much more to say about bad movies than good movies.
Cameron, Anthony, give us the negative. Give us things. Give us what's in your brain.
I just didn't understand any of it. Like it was so much like you could barely understand what Emily's saying. The clone concept's cool, but it's just so miscombobulated and just so hard to follow. It just was okay. The animation style was cool.
I'm just so intrigued by it because I'm like, I wish we dove into this earlier because I want like the specifics about like the things that Emily says that you said that you don't understand, for instance. And I'm like, maybe we do an extra episode where like I visit you at your place, we throw the film on, and each sentence Emily will say, I will ask, did you understand that? And if not, let's talk about it.
It just it's all like there's no main plot of like here to here. It's like that. That is what I felt watching it. It's
It's
just
emotional
all
storytelling, especially the
over.
first two, where you're jumping through different points in time. But I think all three films do come to a critical thesis point at the end, where you see what all these feelings have been building up to in some regard. Um, but you're right, it's not, the main character goes on a quest to achieve the thing and returns, having changed the worlds. Cameron, what would be like a concise wording for the thing I just said?
I think
I'm just
emotional storytelling makes more sense, or
I'm just
non-linear
I'm
storytelling.
just fishing for Hero's Journey. I was just waiting for you to say that. Anyway.
Oh, Hero's Journey.
um
Yeah, but Hero's Journey doesn't. Linear does not mean Hero's Journey, though. There is a difference.
but that's what I was fishing for. But I understand what you mean. Yes.
It was yeah, I just didn't understand anything was going on
He
besides
just
the third
hated
one.
the movie, Justin, and hated the two picks that you just made,
I didn't
and
hate
is
the two picks.
offended that you even
Now you're
thought.
putting words in my mouth, dude. Now you're putting words in my mouth. I never said I hated it. It just maybe I need to watch it again for like the third time and like just turn off all my devices and leave my
Well,
eyes
if you have
open.
other devices on, then I'm not gonna be surprised that you weren't following things. These aren't really
Man, I wasn't like on
these
them. It's
aren't really
just
multitask movies.
yeah. I don't know, just it didn't entice me. Also, I'm not a dark humor guy, so like the humor was just bland for me.
I
Whereas
don't
I
even know
find
how
every
much
little element.
dark.
Well, I find I guess the anything that Emily, older Emily is saying, or Emily clones are saying, are more in the dark humor category typically. But I'm laughing a ton at that. I'm also laughing a ton at little Emily and the little funny things and it's a juxtaposition for me that really clicks, and it might not click for you,
That's okay.
and that is okay. We live and we laugh and we learn, and we'll watch the sequel to I was trying to remember the name of
Sisu?
We're not there's no
Sisu.
sequel to
That actually
Sisu.
does have a
Yes,
sequel.
there
I
is.
was
There's
gonna
a
joke
sequel.
about
There's a second Sisu film that came out in the past fall.
I was gonna say the sequel to About My
We don't gotta
Father.
watch that.
We'll do About My Father 2 one day,
We don't
and
gotta
then
watch that either.
we'll do
We don't
an
need to do a
Anthony
sequel.
humor one.
We don't
Or Boys in the Boat
we could
2, whenever
avoid
that
my
comes out.
picks.
The
We
boys
could
back
avoid
in the
my
boat.
picks. We could avoid my picks. That's fine.
I like your
We don't have to do
picks,
that. We could avoid
generally.
them. We
When
could
I
you
avoid
give good
I
pick,
I
when you
wasn't
actually
bringing up
think
About
about
My
picks that
Father
you
to
like.
bash on it. I was bringing it up because I'm like, this is more my humor, that's more your humor. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
That being said, folks, if you are watching this not live, you should be joining us on Patreon. That's all I'm saying. Like,
oh
come on,
gosh,
guys.
the Patreon, of course, the Patreon. I almost forgot the Patreon.
Anthony,
Um,
what if they get on Patreon, what do they
oh,
get?
mm,
They get this and they also receive I always mess it up what it's called.
They get this and receive, what is this?
you get this
They
and
get
receive.
this
That should be your
episode,
slogan.
and
And
then they
that.
also
They
get
get this and they
the one where we
receive
talk about
that.
the videos, but I forget what it's called.
Well, we're recording this live. You can watch this live. We get the little live links. There we got Discord where we do little games and hang out and stuff. We have our like monthly or so slates debates for
Yeah, that's what
debating
it's called.
what we're gonna be watching, and right now there's a lot more. Patreon's free. That's the most important thing. IMO for the first next like 10 signups,
The
first 10
first 10
signups.
signups, baby. Free for life. I
Well,
know it says free for the year. Trust us.
we'll,
We are
we'll, we'll,
working on it.
we'll figure out the rest. You get at least a year. Don't even worry about it.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Um, golly, but I think we can leave the world of tomorrow and move to our own tomorrow now. I couldn't figure out a segue there.
That's a perfect segue, my friend. Guys,
Oh,
thank you so much for
okay, I
watching.
nailed it then. Oof, point for me. Not actually.
Well,
I don't deserve
no.
it.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of the Capcom Podcast. Next week, No Country for Old Men,
Oh, right, yes.
which
Okay,
I
yeah.
won't be there for, nor will Seb, but Jack will be there. So it'll be will be another 3 people, but just not me.
Not me either.
Then it's gonna be 2 people. That'll be fun.
A film
Anyway,
that Jack
gang.
holds close to his heart and one that I have not yet seen, so we will see what comes of that one. But that'll be fun. Um,
But
and
folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Cameron.
me, I'm Justy. That's me. And Anthony.
That
That's
up
the other
there,
one.
that up there, that's Anthony. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
I miss you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.